What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Link Light here, and as you can see from the title below, today's episode is 24 years of Venusaur. We started with Charizard, then we had Blastoise, and now we're wrapping it the big three up with Venusaur, which I think I did it in the perfect order. And don't worry, we're not stopping the series. I got more content coming for you guys, but I figured we would start with the big three because they're probably the most popular Pokemon ever released. And we're switching this episode up just a little bit. In the previous episodes, I was doing Japanese cards, but I figured now let's just focus on all the English cards of this, and maybe I'll do episodes with English promos, but as of right now, all these episodes are going to just contain the English modern cards that are released in only English sets. So without further ado, if you haven't already, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button because it really helps, and I can't wait to give y'all more content. So let's get started with our very first Venusaur card. Alright, so for our first Venusaur card, this is a more known one. The newer generation may not know this Venusaur card as well. This is the 2000 Gym Challenge Venusaur, Erica's Venusaur. The artwork is really great on this card. It's honestly probably one of my top 5 artworks, and I definitely remember this because I am definitely an OG Venusaur lover. This comes in a first edition and an unlimited version. Try saying that 3 times fast. So in the PSA 10 for the first edition, there's about 85 copies, and a PSA 10 is going to cost you about $4,200, and depending on when you're watching this, it could probably be more. For the unlimited version and the PSA 10, there's only about 22, and it'll cost you about $900. The last one was sold for about that much in mid-October. So, you know, it really depends now with the market. It may be more, it may be less. The market is kind of crazy right now. So who really knows what this card could definitely be when, again, I said most people watch this because we're still a small YouTube channel. And to pull one of these from an unlimited booster pack, an unlimited gym challenge booster pack at that, I would say, it'll cost you about $250. Now, if you're trying to pull this from a first edition gym challenge pack, that will run you about $450. That's about the medium price. Sometimes if people wait packs, it may be more, but the medium is about $450. So it's pretty pricey to get this card in an unlimited pack, but definitely if you can afford getting a first edition pack and you pull this card and you get a PSA 10, it would definitely be worth your investment. But again, it's like gambling. Who really wants to gamble all that money? Alright, so now we have this 2002 Expedition Venusaur. I actually really love this artwork. I love how they incorporate the Pokeball in it as well. This is the holographic in the Expedition base. They also have this version. This is the non-holo version. The artwork is not bad at all, but for this episode, we're really just going to focus on the holographics of each set, or the top selling card in this set. So for the holographic version in a PSA 10, there's about 79 copies, and it'll cost you about $800. One just sold in PWCC auction not too long ago. And a booster pack, to get a booster pack of an Expedition set, it'll cost you roughly $400 to $500. I remember just a few weeks ago, these Expedition base sets were really only going about for $250. So, and if you look at Aquapolis and Skyward, they're about $1,000. So who knows how long these packs are going to only be between $400 and $500. So I can definitely recommend, if you have the funds, to get you a booster pack and sit on it. And again, make sure you're buying from credible sources. Just don't be buying random packs off of eBay. Now, we have our very first EX Venusaur card. This is from the 2004 Fire Red and Leaf Green set. Not one of my favorite Venusaur arts, but I do really like the border here. Just imagine if Pokemon brought this border back. Or even better, imagine the amazing rares that were just released in the latest Pokemon set in Vivid Voltage. Imagine the amazing rares with this set. I really think that would be really dope. Let me know in the comments below how you would feel if Pokemon brought this diamond or crystal or whatever you want to call it type border back. Would you be for it or would you not be for it? Please let me know. The pop count of this card currently in a PSA 10, there's about 111 copies. To buy this card, it's going to cost you about $2,500. That's the cheapest that I've seen one listed for on eBay, which is a big jump of one that was sold early in October for about $700. And for your chance to pull this card from a booster pack, which I do not recommend you doing if you don't have the funds, because that's a big gamble. However, if you would like to go for it, go for it. It would cost you about $250. So not super expensive for a vintage pack, but I'm not gonna spend $250 on a booster pack for a chance to pull a card when I could put that money and buy other vintage cards and probably some PSA 10s for $250. So, but again, it's your money. You guys can do whatever you would like with it. But me, I'm not recommending you go and buy these booster packs that are over $200. Now, the next Venusaur card was released in 2005. This is the Pop Series 2 Venusaur. And if you're not too much familiar with Pop Series was, I believe, a promotional set that Pokemon was releasing throughout the years. This one came again in 2005. And if you don't know much about Pop Series, none of the cards in Pop Series come in holographic. However, you are able to get this card in a holographic, but those came in more like special blister packs. But if you're actually opening up a Pop Series pack, none of the cards come in a holographic form. There's actually this card is actually pretty rare, it seems like, or being rated by PSA. There's actually only a total pop of PSA 10s of 6 and only a total PSA population throughout 1 through 10 of 12 cards. So that's a pretty light PSA 10 count. And because this card doesn't really come in a holographic version, it really won't cost you too much money to get this card. Currently, it looks like this card only costs about $200 to get in a PSA 10, and to pull it from a booster pack, it'll only cost you $20. But if you're not familiar with the Pop Series packs, do not buy them. I would definitely recommend, because they only come with 2 cards in a pack. So who knows how many times you would have to spend $20 just to pull this card. I'm not the biggest fan of this artwork. This has to be on my bottom tier of Venusaur artworks and cards in general. This Venusaur right here, I'm pretty disappointed that this one did not come in a Delta Species version. They gave a Delta Species version of the Blastoise and the Charizard in the 2006 Crystal Guardian set, and it's actually becoming one of my favorite sets. I, like a lot of people, missed the whole EX era and all those eras, and recently got back in later this year. And me getting back in my research, the EX Crystal Guardian set is definitely one of my favorite sets that I wish I would have definitely opened packs, and hopefully one day I can actually own a box of this Crystal Guardian set. It's a really cool set. Super disappointed they did not make a Delta Species version. I don't know what Pokemon was thinking. Again, the artwork is not too bad, but come on, Pokemon. You really couldn't have made a Delta Species version. I believe they have a Magnium, which is the second generation starter for Grass type, and they have a Delta Species card, but there's no Delta Species Venusaur card. I'm sorry, Venusaur, you just don't get as much love as the other Pokemon cards. I'm not sure why. Let me know in the comments below if you think that Pokemon should have made a Delta Species version of this card. In a PSA 10, the pop count currently is 8, and honestly, I couldn't find enough sales data on it. I'm thinking it's going to be between the $500 so range. It's just that a lot of cards haven't been sold with it only being only 8 available. So there's not really enough sales data. I believe the last one was sold a couple months. A reverse holo sold for about $500. So it's up in the air of what somebody would charge for this card if they put it on the market. You gotta use your best judgment to see how much it will cost. To pull this card from a booster pack, similar to the EX and Fire Red packs, this one is gonna go for about $250. The EX Crystal Guardian packs have some of my favorite artwork. I definitely want to get my hands, again, like I said, a booster box and a booster pack if I can. If I can get a booster box, I would definitely get me a booster pack. But no worries, I have confidence in myself that one day I will be able to add this booster box to my collection. Hopefully before these prices get super crazy like some of this Wizard of the Coast stuff. Now we're getting out of the EX era and we're moving on to the Diamond and Pearl series. This is the 2007 Diamond and Pearl Secret Wonders Venusaur. I believe this is the only Venusaur card released in the Diamond and Pearl era. And in a PSA 10, there's only actually about 10, and one sold for best offer in the beginning of October for about $700. It could still be around that price range. Diamond and Pearl is a vintage set, but it's not really that popular yet. So I would believe it to still be around that price. But you never know with Pokemon cards these days. Again, it just really depends on the market and what people are willing to pay for a card. And a booster pack right now for this Diamond and Pearl Secret Wonders is only going to cost you about $70. So not too bad for a pack that's already 13 years old. Just imagine what you were doing 13 years ago. In the Platinum era of Pokemon, there was only one Venusaur artwork release. This is the Venusaur card from the Supreme Victor set. And again, as I stated before, it's the only Venusaur artwork released during the Platinum era. This is from 2009, almost at 7, but 2009. This is what, 11 years old now, is coming on. And I really love this artwork. I don't know if you can see on the screen, Venusaur is doing Razor Leaf, definitely one of my favorite moves for any grass type Pokemon to have when I'm playing the Pokemon game, not the TCG, but playing the handheld console games. I love having any of my grass type Pokemon have Razor Leaf. So I think it's a really cool concept. Let me know what you guys think. And at PSA 10, there's currently around only 11, because again, the 2009 to 2000, I think, was it like 2009 to 2016, before the Pokemon Go thing happened, Pokemon was really not that popular. And because of that, there's not a lot of cards that have been sent into PSA to get graded. There's actually only a total hollow count of 26 PSA cards that are in PSA's database right now. And last year, one sold for about $135. I'm guessing today that maybe double the price, so we're looking at maybe $300, the most $400. I don't see these lower end sets like, we just talked about the Diamond and Pearl, and now it's Platinum era. I don't really see these going up in value for another couple years. They will definitely go up as more people, the vintage stuff starts getting out of the way for more high-end collectors. This stuff will go up. So definitely, if you have the extra money, I definitely recommend possibly grabbing you some of these Diamond and Pearl. We're gonna get to the black and white era next, and also the Platinum era cards, because they're definitely gonna go up, but only in time. You're looking at under $100 for a booster pack. You're looking at about $70, which is not too bad. I believe you could probably find a blister actually for about $100, which is not bad for a blister when you compare it to some of the Wizard of the Coast or early EX era stuff. Some of those blisters go for $1,000 plus. So not too bad if you're looking for some vintage product that is not too expensive. This era, again, the Diamond and Pearl, black and white, Platinum, those are not too expensive, and they're definitely more than 10 years old, so they're vintage in my eyes. So we have another one-hit wonder Venusaur. This is from the black and white Dark Explorer set. This came out in 2012, 1 year after I graduated high school. God, it's going on almost 10 years. Next year makes 10 years since high school. Crazy thing about, but anyways, this artwork, I'm not really a big fan of the artwork. To be honest, it's probably gotta be my least favorite Venusaur artwork. Let me know in the comments below if this is your least favorite Venusaur artwork that we have shown today. And if not, let me know what is your least favorite Venusaur artwork of all time. And the PSA 10, there's only about 4 copies available. And I guess in the black and white era, they had something called a Cosmo Holo. And there's actually 0 PSA 10s, but there is 12 PSA 9s. And as you can tell, there only being 4 PSA 10s of this card in the holographic. There's not enough sales data on this card, so you have to be the best judge of how much you think this card would cost in a PSA 10. And a booster pack is going to be even cheaper than the last 2 we just talked about. A booster pack is only going to cost you about $50. Again, not too bad. It's getting up there as the time goes on. This stuff is going to become somebody's vintage stuff, so it will definitely go up in price. So not too bad. I'm not sure how popular Black and White Dark Explorers is as a set. I'm guessing not too popular, with booster packs only being about $50. Pokemon really was changing the game when they made this Venusaur card here. This is the first ever full art Venusaur card ever released. I really liked the whole idea of Pokemon making full art cards. I don't know what was the idea behind it, but I really love the full art cards and some of these older ones. This is from the 2004 XY base set, so it's still fairly new, but it's gonna get up there. It's probably one of my favorite artworks. And in a PSA 10, the pop count, there's only 19. And to get this card in a PSA 10, to be honest, as crazy as it sounds, it's only gonna cost you $124 or around there. The last one sold on 10/17 Brick Squad. I'm just kidding, can't say 10/17 without saying Brick Squad. But it sold on 10/17 for that much. It may be a little more now, but to me, it's pretty crazy that this card is only going for $125. Regarding it being the first ever full art Venusaur, I would definitely grab me a copy of this card before it goes up in value, with it being the first ever full art card. And to buy a booster pack is only going to cost you around $30. A lot of the XY stuff is still fairly new, so you're not looking at more than the most $30 for an XY card or XY booster pack. So moving along, now we have this Venusaur Mega Venusaur EX. I believe this is the first Mega Venusaur card released. This is from the Generations XY Generation set, and this was released in 2016. I believe a few months prior to the next slide that we get to, the XY Evolution. They also have a regular EX card. Not a big fan of it, but I really love the Mega Evolution Venusaur artwork. Has a PSA 10 count of 69, and last one sold on eBay for about $100 last year. So not sure how much it will cost this year. With it being fairly new, I don't expect it to be too much. You could probably buy a couple of packs, which will only cost you about $15. And again, this came similar to, Shining Legends, Dragon Majesty, and now this year Champion's Path. It came in these boxes. I believe there was like 2 or 3. I believe maybe 2 in a pack. So those boxes cost you about $15 or so. Some of the high-end ones like Mew and Mewtwo ones, I think they cost about 30 or 40 bucks. I recently just grabbed me a Jirachi one for $15, so with tax 20 bucks. So not bad. This is more of a, I guess now looking back at, this was kind of a prelude to the next set that we're about to talk about. This is the XY Evolutions Venusaur. This is the full art Mega Venusaur EX. Again, I really like the concept, and the full art cards are really growing on me. When I got back into Pokemon, I really didn't care for the the full art cards because wasn't used to it. But as I've been in the Pokemon game for almost a whole year now, they're really starting to grow on me, and I'm really becoming a fan of the full art cards. There's the regular EX in this set, and also a Mega EX regular that's not a full art. But I would definitely recommend, if you want a Venusaur card from XY Evolutions, this Mega Venusaur EX is definitely the way to go. And a PSA 10, check this out. There's 624 PSA 10 Venusaurs. When I tell you XY Evolutions was probably one of the most printed set, that pop count right there definitely does it, especially for a PSA 10. And to buy this card in a PSA 10, it's going to cost you around $300. Now check this out, a booster box costs you about $500, and if you've been in Pokemon for at least a few months, you remember when, you know, XY Evolution's booster boxes were stagnant at really $100, maybe $150. So the card in a PSA 10 costs less than buying a booster box. So if you're a Venusaur fan, don't even bother buying a booster box. Just go ahead and buy the PSA 10 count and save yourself a couple $100. Coming up on some of the most recent Venusaur artworks here, and this is actually the first Rainbow Rare Venusaur and also the first GX Venusaur. This is from the 2019 Team Up set. This is the Venusaur and Celebi Tag Team card. This is the first, again, Rainbow Rare card, first GX card, and first Tag Team card. So, you know, again, Venusaur doesn't get a lot of love, but regardless, in this set, they definitely gave Venusaur some love. I really love the artwork in this tag team. There's also this alternative artwork. It's alright, but this artwork right here, the Rainbow Rare artwork, is definitely pretty cool. And this is, again, the first Rainbow Rare card, so I definitely see this card going up in value. And at PSA 10, there's about 78 copies of this card, and it'll only cost you about $150. And a booster box to pull this card right now is only about $300 bucks. Well, I guess I can't say only. They're going for about $300, and that's because I would assume there's not a lot of print of this, but with Pokemon becoming more popular, I can almost guarantee Pokemon is gonna have a reprint or a re-release this set randomly. Like this summer, if you were going to stores this summer, Shining Legends from 2007 was randomly put back into shelves. So with Pokemon, you never know. I definitely want to get my hands on a copy of a tag team booster box. So wrapping this episode up with, we have this 2019 Cosmic Eclipse Team Up Snivy and Venusaur card. I definitely prefer the Celebi and Venusaur card a lot more. Let me know which one you guys prefer more, the Celebi and Venusaur tag team or tag team, or this Snivy and Venusaur tag team. And in this set, there's actually also an alternative artwork here. It was drawn by one of the legends, Arita. So no disrespect to Arita, but I'm definitely not feeling this artwork. I'm sorry, but that's just my personal opinion. But anyways, back to the secret Rainbow Rare version of this card. This card in a PSA 10, there's about 65 copies. And again, like the previous card, it's going to cost you less than $200 to buy this card. It's only going to cost you about $175 to get this card in a PSA 10. And a booster box right now is fetching around $200. I definitely want to get my hands on a booster box, because if you haven't seen the secret full arts in Cosmic Eclipse, they have some of the coolest cards in Cosmic Eclipse that maybe I will do an episode on. But I think those cards are definitely going to go up in value. But Cosmic Eclipse is definitely an underrated set. Before Pokemon released the Japanese Shiny V set, Cosmic Eclipse was actually the largest Pokemon set ever. But now with Shiny V or Shiny Star V being released, it's the second largest Pokemon set. And if you haven't seen some of my old videos, I believe Pokemon should not make a set over 200 cards. If you've seen some of my old previous videos, I talk about how having a set over 200 makes no sense. I understand that there is like over 800 Pokemon now, but come on now, having that many cards in a set is kind of ridiculous. I personally believe the most a set should have is maybe 175. I believe 150 would be great. That's why I love sets like this, even though sometimes these sets are reprints, which I wish they would, stop reprinting them and only put in like 2 or 3 chase cards. If they would make a set that had, brand new artwork, I'd be fine if they only made, 100 cards. But, I'm not Pokemon. Pokemon can do whatever they want. This is a game for kids at the end of the day, and they're just trying to put product out there for people to enjoy. And I guess the more cards, the more people can enjoy these cards. So that's today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna give you guys a hint at what the next 24 years episode is gonna be about. It's gonna be about either Mewtwo or Dragonite. Let me know in the comments below if you would prefer a Mewtwo 24 years episode or a Dragonite 24 years episode. And again, thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe.